My grill is already piping hot and ready to go, man. So we just gonna go straight to the prep. And to prep these wings, I'm gonna spray a little bit of oil on them to help the rub stick. Today, I'm using this new one that I've been using here lately called the Gospel. It's got a little bit of a sweeter tone to it than Dave's, but I like it. So I'm gonna get a good dose of the rub on both sides of these. Make sure that you season your wings heavy for this one. I didn't go quite as heavy as I should have on this. Next, it's time to get these things on the grill, and I'm only doing 6 of them today because right before this cook, I did some grilled lobster tails. I've been working on, that's one I've been working on. I've done it a couple of times now. I got one more time to do it to perfect it, and then I'll have it up for y'all. So let's get these things on the grill, and I'm just gonna put them in a single line right across the front of my slow and sear right there. By the way, if you have a Kettle grill and you don't have one of these, you need to get one, man. This thing never leaves my grill, man. This slow and sear I use for just about every cook ever since my wife bought it for me, man. I have an Amazon store in the description box. You can find that slow and sear in there if you want to pick you one up. Meanwhile, let's get back to this cook because I got one more thing I want to do. I want to put a wood chunk right on top of the grill grate. Now this is a pro tip I'm about to give you. These wings I don't want smoked. I want them grilled, but I do want a little bit of smoke flavor in there. Like if you had smoke in a shaker and you can shake it on your meat, that's about the amount I want. This little OG tip I'm about to give you right now makes that happen for you. What you want to do is take one nice sized chunk of your favorite smoking wood and put it on top of the food grate, but right above the coals. And it's just gonna sit there and smolder, and you're just gonna get a very light stream of smoke off of that thing the whole time because it's not directly on top of the coal. And I'm gonna check back in 15 minutes or so to see how these things are going. And since I got a little time, man, there is something I want to talk to you about. There's a major event that just happened in our family, and I'm talking about my extended family, all of my cousins and aunts and uncles and everything. We just lost one of my uncles the other day. His name is Billy. My grandmother had 11 kids. She had 7 girls and 4 boys. So just to put this in perspective for you, all of those 11 children had kids, you know, so those kids became, of course, us, our cousins. Now, I'm about to turn 60 years old in 3 months at this taping. So we're up in age. That means our parents are in their 80s and stuff like that. So all of our lives, all we have known is 11 aunts and uncles. Anytime we would talk about this, we was like, yeah, my grandmother had 11. That was 11 aunts and uncles. So Billy's passing is very significant because he's the first one of those to pass. Like, all we've ever known from children growing up to adulthood is 11. And so with Billy's passing, the 11 becomes 10, you know. And so now all of us are we're really sad about that, sad about his passing, but the significance of that is really hitting us. When I was talking to one of my cousins, you know, and I was like, man, now we're all kind of bracing ourselves for a domino effect, because looking at our parents, we can see different ones of them, especially on the women's side. We can see different ones of them starting to deal with health issues, and a few of them on the women's side are starting to deal with mental issues, like my mom, you know. And we're just kind of in brace mode. Like, we're gonna start losing them. I'm not trying to proclaim that, but that's what it feels like with Billy's passing. Like, he breaks that long streak of so many years where we've had all 11. So the 11 is now 10, and that's kind of messing with all of us cousins, you know, all of us offspring. Um, so yeah, be in prayer with us, be in prayer for us on that front, because it's a strange place. It's a strange place that we're at right now. You think they're gonna live forever, even though you know they're not, you know. Anyway, it's about time to go check on the wings, man. Let's get back to the business. So my wings are already starting to get some color. Um, so what I want to do is I want to kind of get some sear mark, get a little sear on them, get some grill marks on them. I'm gonna put my wings directly over the coals and get some sear marks and stuff like that. Now, when you're doing this, you gotta stay right there with them. You can't walk off. You're gonna leave your lid off and get your tongue and just stand there and put them one by one on the hot side. And then what I like to do is, once I put them there the first time, I like to count to 5, count to 10 or something like that, and then flip them. That'll show me how fast they're searing, because if you leave them on there too long, directly over the coals, you can burn the skin. So I like to count to 5 or 10 or something like that, and flip them and just kind of keep flipping them until I get the color I want. So that's what's happening right here. All right, so these are looking pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and move them back to the indirect side, and then we'll put the lid back on and let them go another 10-15 minutes before we check on them. It's been another 10 or 15 minutes, so my wings are all temping right around 175 degrees internal, which is where I like them to be. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these things off, man. Back inside, it's time to go ahead and assemble the garlic butter, and it's very simple, man. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's melted butter with some minced garlic in there. I got my butter already melted here, so I'm going to go ahead and add some parsley for color, first of all. Then I'll go ahead and put some minced garlic in there. I'm not measuring any of this stuff. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. It doesn't really matter. Now, one thing that I forgot to do here that I want to make sure you do is to add another coat of seasoning, right? Now, there's two ways you can do it. You can put some more of your rub in the garlic butter, a good amount of it. That way, your garlic butter has that seasoning. Or you can wait until you toss your wings in the garlic butter and then just sprinkle your rub over the top of them again. But it's very important to get another coat of that base rub in there. If you don't do that, that garlic butter will kind of wash out your seasoning, and it'll end up kind of tasting like it wasn't seasoned very well. So make sure you season the wings well, and then you come back after the fact and either season the garlic butter or wait until you toss the garlic butter and season the wings again. So after I got my wings plated and looking like I want them to look for the photos and all of that, you know what I'm saying? I went ahead and drizzled some more of that delicious butter sauce on top, um, to make it look really, really good for the presentation. And here it is, man. Take a look at that. Things look phenomenal. They look fantastic. And that's pretty much it, baby. That's all there is to this dish. It's too easy not to do. I'm gonna need you to make it happen, man. When you do, come back and tell me how it went. See you in the next episode on Run on the Grill.